Stargate, I haven't,
I
touched to make an intro for, but
Why is it so big?
Was that some sort of,
We'll get there when we get there.
joke countries without empires I don't understand?
I think so. I mean, you said you could donate £1, and I'm like, why would you donate weight?
Because it is a British sterling pound, the best form of
An evil
currency
empire,
in the
man.
world.
We got an empire.
Don't forget about the food to Dick Dunn Dash fan club
£1
after.
Would you stop advertising dodgy anime games?
It's
You
well
can just
paid.
take
£1 of sterling meat. Okay.
No, continue advertising sketchy.
So,
Right, Basebeard, break, Basebeard, what is our brief?
With the new year rolling around, there's been a dispute because America seems to think it's right now that we're in second year, but China seems to think it's somewhere in February, year of the cow or some crap like that, though the West has declared war on China and is now heading into Malden to go and delete all the evidence from their calendars in CanCon. It is very foggy, it is dark, there is some natural lighting of fires and construction lights. You have your 3 terminals, it is rush, so it is sequential, 1, 2, 3, and that is pretty much it. OpFor is in VHS preset for weaponry and Chinese urban outfit. Blue 4, you guys are rocking G36s and I believe PMC. Any questions?
Blue 4, any questions?
Any added buildings?
What do you mean to add buildings?
Any invincible buildings?
I mean, the terminal buildings are invincible, the rest aren't.
Okay.
Okay, OpFor leadership, any questions?
I'm defending, right?
No, you're attacking.
Ah, okay. I heard something mortars earlier. Is that true?
I mean, there's brick and mortar walls.
Things that go boom
No
and come down and go
question
boom?
mark.
We have jails.
Dell,
If there's no mortars, then I'm all good.
the
Roger.
Lance Corporal part of
Right,
Lcpl Liru
Roger.
is just something I
Push
gave
through
myself
to
a
the last
while
round.
ago.
Left for you.
Alright, give me a second. Alright, so I will be solo casting this last round because Boston got pulled in to do some operation stuff, which is A-okay, and it is dark. Turning up my render distances as much as I can here. It is super foggy on the areas as well here, but that is A-okay. Yeah, we're definitely doing this one in night vision. This is what is often called a rush attack. It means that Blue 4 has to kind of rush through and get everything done. The fog appears to just be on the low ground for the water areas, but going up on the higher areas here, that's where the fog starts to dissipate. But it is still noteworthy. Ooh, excuse me. In the lower areas here, so around terminals 1 and 2, it will be a potential issue, but not so much for terminal 3. Rush attack means that they have to, and when I say they, I mean the attacking faction, come in and do the objectives in order. So they have to do terminal 1 first, which is marked as active, terminal 2, which will then be marked as active, and then terminal 3, which will then be marked as active. If they do not do it in order, they won't be able to cap Terminal 2 before they do Terminal 1 and Terminal 3 before Terminal 1 and 2, respectively. Now, I will say, and during a lot of rush attacks, I do see sometimes Blue 4, whichever the attacking faction is, try to back cap Terminals 3 and 2, and it never works out for them, but there are no vehicles for Blue 4 to maneuver up with, so that shouldn't be an issue. 50 minutes here. Blue 4 might all run down over here to get closer to Terminal 1 itself, but they could, there's still a lot of room for them to do some wide flanks here. But with safe starts being so close, they're not allowed to engage each other just yet. But that is kind of interesting how they can be fairly close by. I think that's also why the fog's here, to help kind of obscure the fog of war here to make it harder for both sides to engage each other. Otherwise, Blue 4 is rocking G36Ks tonight for round 3. We got the 249 as the squad automatic weapon. We're seeing some M72 Laws as well for the AT at the squad level. 240 Bravos for the machine gun teams. And I would assume, yep, there's the Carl Gustav for the weapons team right there for Charlie 2. Marksman rifle for the X-Ray group is probably going to be a Mark 11. I'm trying to find him now. There it is, Mark 11, and he's going to go with the Farscope. I hope that is compatible. Wait a second. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. There's no night vision. It's pitch fucking black, and there's no night vision. Oh, that is... Well, rest in peace being a marksman, but... Interesting. So, I mean, it's somewhat bright here. That doesn't really match my POV, though. Wait, no, yes it does. I mean, it's just... You gotta have your eyes adjust to it, that's why. So this is the lighting that they get, which means Grenadiers are gonna have to be really reliant on their flares, and probably the infantry have been given ways to illuminate the area of combat as well. Very interesting in that regard. But let's look at OpFor here and see how they are going. Again, guys, I do apologize for not having any commercials ready this week. I did hype it up in an email and a Patreon, but it fell through because I've been working on some briefs for TSB in terms of with the Twitch update on the 22nd, how we're going to do op stuff. But I'll talk about that a bit more in the mission dev stream. Tonight I'll make the announcement for mission hosts, because I'm only asking them to add one sentence to a few things, but... and then a few days later, I'll give the overall announcement to the community. We'll talk about it there, but again, I apologize for the lack of commercials, but regardless, we have the VZ Croatian rifle being given to the OpFor force here, so it's just the really weird guns from Gref, RHS Grefs, excuse me, being utilized here for the forces, but we also have 249s and I would assume 240 Bravos. So it's just really a 5.56 mirror match here. There's a 240 Bravo, and let me look on the roster on the side here. For the Charlie 2, I would assume is also going to be a Carl Gustav. Nope, it's RPG 42, just to keep it in spirit of OpFor. And I would assume their marksman rifle, if they're following that in the spirit, is going to be some sort of SVD. Nope, it is also a Mark 11. All right, interesting. Don't know why they would have given the RPG 32 instead of a Mark 11. I'm even seeing the MAT weaponry is also a M72 Law, so dealer's choice, which just the mission maker. But we'll be curious to see how OpFor is deployed here and how Blue 4 assaults into this AO. And we'll see how things go with all of that. So, if you guys have any questions, now would be the time to ask them, because when I am solo shoutcasting, I rely a lot more on talking with chat, because you guys get to take the place of my co-commentator. So, if you have anything you want to bring up, please let me know, and I will try to explain it to the best of my ability. But, as we get those chat requests in, let's look at what we have on the roster here. So Boston, who was co-casting with me, is leading OpFor's ground defense of these three terminals, and we have on the attacking side Grav, who we saw in the past two rounds do pretty well, leading Blue 4. Now, notable things, first off, the 4IB guys, which are, you know, pretty good players in Friday Night Fights overall there. Over here we got Owl, Novix, notable names on Blue 4 as well, Vargrant, Buckets, again, higher end players in the Friday Night Fights group, I would definitely say. And we have Scandi Recon with the, not just Nemesis, who is part of Scandi, but he's also a Friday Night Fight staff. They are also with Indigo Fox, who is another Friday Night Fight staff, so that's interesting to see. And then we have Olaf, Rolo, Pads, Navy, G-Legs, basically a little bit of a veteran squad here. Over on OpFor, though, we got players like Gorski, Warlords, and Twig King taking up first platoon there. Aim at the Ball is one of the newer veterans, I would say, with Mass, one of the older vets. Bay Potato is also here. T5 Bay, second best player, to Nemesis being the first best with his group of Montgomery, Nelson. I don't see... T5 Bay normally plays with a guy named CO, but I do not see CO on tonight, so that's interesting. But it's basically just a lot of veteran players on both sides, and then we have TSB filling in with some guys for Delta 2. So once again, another fight where Scandi and TSB are at each other's throats here. And we've got a good layout of veteran players on both sides, so I legitimately cannot call any early predictions on who's going to win this. Both sides have really good rosters here. There's no vehicle support. It's purely going to come down to the PvP. OpFor defending, but Blue4 has a 6-person numbers advantage because it is 60 v 55, somewhere along that line there. And you guys are talking about subs and whatnot. Okay, so yeah, a $5 sub will Twitch will take $2.49 out of that $5 sub. Same with bits. For every bit's a penny. But if you give a streamer 10 bits, for example, Twitch takes half. So Twitch gets 5 cents and the streamer gets 5 cents. So if you really want to support a Twitch streamer, the best way to do it is just direct donation, followed by Patreon because they take a smaller cut, followed by subs and bits. But any support is greatly appreciated by any streamer. But that's just how the math works there. Regardless, OpFor appears to be, knowing that this is a rush attack and it is dark, they are going to go up and basically go to the first terminal and set up here. We do have some nice custom areas dug up here with some really nice lighting also deployed. The Mission Maker definitely put these assets down and these fire barrels, and not sure if the umbrella is supposed to be there, but little bit of extra stuff for some lighting here. And that flag is definitely extra as well. An FIA flag, interesting. AO2 also has a few additional streetlights deployed. These are one of my favorite streetlights ever because you shoot them out. I used to use those all the time for my night ops, but yeah, just a few additional lights have been put down here, but nothing too major. And then AO3 is just a quiet little position on the top of this church with some custom stuff built on top of it to make this into a nice custom area. I like it. Newspaper there too, nice. I really want to, like as a solo play, go through Old Man again. That was fun to do. I just never went around to finish it, but we found a lot of fun bugs. But digression aside, I think OpFor is going to really just go for holding Terminal 1 and 2. We don't see anything really on 3. We got some Vanguard forces on some wide flanks here to watch if any Blue4 guys come in on the side flanks here. And Blue4, meanwhile, is just going to make a massive battle line approach into Terminal 1 from the north, so that should be interesting. But otherwise, Falcon Labs, thank you so much for the 10-month resub. Really do appreciate it. Hope you keep enjoying the ops. Hope you are getting a kick out of the stream, and I hope you're staying safe among COVID. Now, again, a whole timeline of how this is going to go. So this is the 3rd round of EU, so this is the last round for this particular branch of Friday Night Fights. There will then be an intermission before the NA branch begins in an hour and 50 minutes. I will be streaming some mission development because I have made a massive list of ops I want to develop because I'm going to be spending this month getting my front log back because school ended, then I have to deal with had to deal with holidays. Now that holidays are over, there should be nothing in my way to you know, get everything sorted again, rebuild the channel a little bit, and go from there. So please join me for that. We can talk about anything. I'll talk about, you know, some of the Twitch policy updates for what I'm doing with TSB, some other plans I got for TSB going, and we'll go with everything else. I really do like this. This isn't a ZEI template, by the way. Someone actually built this, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Like this, I kind of want to steal this template here. But I really like, you know, the turned over tables and whatnot. I always get really inspired after playing missions or commentating for FNF because the things that I see players build, just the attention to detail, like, you know, the slightly flipped over bags here being used as sandbags. I love it. Absolutely love it. That nice attention to detail that you see any mission maker put into their stuff. I sucker for it. That's all I'm trying to say. But otherwise, explosive traps, I don't know if OpFor is going to put any down. Definitely putting them on the perimeters of the terminals or the terminals themselves would be a good idea, but we'll just have to see how things go in that regard. We did see in Terminal 1, though, some really good explosive traps placed on the terminals themselves. They weren't too effective, though, but it's that one deterrent that can really, you know, at least make the attacking faction get distracted enough, or at least cautious enough, and those extra seconds can definitely save you, because I will say, honestly, and all the Friday Night Fight stuff that's done every week, you know, 6 rounds we cover every Friday, unless they take everything off, the, at least 2 of those rounds get very, very close, down to the wire. Like the last round, for example, I would say was down to the wire, so we'll see how things go. Ah, okay, I see, Bearded. Even though I'll have to check my notes again, but I know for a fact Twitch used to take bits like at the point of sale as well, so I'll have to go review that. Either way. Yeah, so I know for TSB we did also upgrade the server, and then we have a headless client now for the server. I need to actually review how that's working, because I remember a stream from either yesterday or the day before, I gave a little rant on headless clients and, you know, what they're actually used for and whatnot. But the trade-off, though, is with that headless client is we could still have use of it if we start getting into heavier scripting and whatnot. And there is some heavier scripting I want to get into. You guys have already seen it with the remote feed camera scripts, and I've been working on some fixes so that when you use the arsenal and whatnot, it won't it will terminate the camera feed, but it'll automatically restart it if you write a proper exception handler. It's just finding all the class names for things and whatnot, but I do plan on getting into some more diversified operations. There's a lot of plans I've been working with here, and we'll see how things go. I'm scared to look at the map when people say don't look at the map. Gunshot going off, I think that was just Eriku accidentally discharging his weapon, but otherwise Blue 4... we are seeing a bit of a pincer strategy being adopted here with one group in the middle, and they're going to do their best to try to move under darkness into this AO. But again, to show you guys, it is fairly dark in this AO. I do like how the actual terminal sites are really well lit, but they're going to really have to rely on flaring and any handheld flares that they can throw. Because, I mean, at this point right here, it's nearly impossible to see. What I'm willing to bet to see, though, is you got command all the way in the back. That would be Boston holding the rear. I think what we're going to have is Alpha's probably, excuse me, OpFor is going to pull off of this AO. They're going to have Alpha cover the retreat. You're going to probably see Bravo then scale back and take a defensive line back there. Just to do a waved defensive line, but they want to test the waters, and if they can just hold that first position, then they might pull Charlie and Echo 1 and Foxtrot 1 out to go and do the assault. You're having some gunshots go off. I think those are handguns just shooting out windows. Yep. And they're also shooting out the lights. Oh. And we just had an explosive thing go off on the fuel station, I think. So we do see a fuel line right here. I think they were trying to cook this off as if it was in whatchamacallit, in Arma 2 and Arma Cold War Assault Operation Flashpoint ported maps. When fuel stations blow up, they make massive fireballs. So I think they were trying to do that, but it doesn't always work for Arma 3. Otherwise, Blue 4 is moving up. You got some OpFor guys in here. They're going to hear those footsteps. I can hear them over my music right now, but very faintly. And Twig, all he has to do is just radio to say, hey, they're coming up this vector. Get ready. But yeah, with no night vision, this will be oh my gosh. Brandy walking right up to Warlords. Warlords like, hey. Because again, this is what it looks like. So there's no, like, I'm sure Brandy should have seen that yellow patch, but he wasn't paying attention. But yeah, Brandy just walked right in front of Warlords. That's how dark this shit is. Oh, I love this game. I love the players that play this game, man. You find some of the silliest stuff. Brandy, if he was actually paying attention, he would have seen the yellow off that patch and known that that was something. But then again, that's not a tell for OpFor, because they don't know what each other looks like, so he would have just passed that off as, you know, possibly a friendly. So we laugh at it, but the reality is, I mean, I probably would have made that same mistake too. And now you're seeing Bravo 1, this is TDK. I'm just going to call him T because that DK is part of that. But he's using the illumination of the road to see those targets there. Explosive charge going off way early. And you also have Blue 4 pushing in. One of the OpFor guys just got killed right there. Zope, though, in a bush. As Mox is now firing up, gets a kill on that guy. Nick also firing over. Zope is firing at the muzzle flashes, but Zope getting taken out by buckets. Oh, this is the crazy close combat that I was expecting to see. And you got Risen not knowing that money is going right behind him because visibility is impossible right now. There needs to be proper illumination. So people are going to be firing at each other's muzzle flashes at this point. And now you've got these guys up here on this ridge firing down at some movement they're seeing, silhouetting with the white walls here to try to pick off some additional guys. I don't see anyone dead yet, though, but now these guys are returning fire to fire at the muzzle flashes. So this is why I really like Arma 3, because there are so many ways you can adjust warfare to always keep it fresh, and this is one of them, where all you really have is muzzle flashes and darkness and tracers to rely on accurately where people are to make firefighting that much closer. But now you're seeing some tracers immediately going on this guy's muzzle flash as he's trying to hone in on where the tracer's coming from. And this is where you can really see the creativity go into the mission here. But a flaw in Blue For's plan here is, okay, so we're seeing these guys close the gap here. One of them's immediately taken out, and they're getting shot at. They were able to knock out Azariah, but they were trying, and kill another one, but they were up against Scandy, and Scandy's really good at adapting to anything that is thrown at them. But Blue 4 is basically going for a massive push here, and again, they're going for a back cap of a point that they can't access yet, relying on the other flank to close the distance here. But look at this, you got people like 2600 here crawling around. You're going to be able to hear that medical. Question is, can Andreas and 2600 hone in on where Blue 4 is right now? The answer is no. But see, people they're slowly moving around so they don't give themselves away as they're trying to sneak up to where hostile forces are. We have the gift of perfect information with night vision so we can see everything and just see how crazy close people get to each other. Flux now running up. He's going to try vaulting the wall here. Dart coming back in. Flux running in, seeing Dart as he does a reload, and Darth gets knocked out there. Flux now running up, hitting Mickey in the face, and getting that double tap. Now it's up to Stenley there to survive. I don't know, I feel like Blue 4 is just doing some pretty nasty steamrolling at this point. You got Buckets trying to work on Nick here as we still have some OpFor guys intermingled in this position. Explosive trap going off, knocking out OpFor guys. I don't know if that was Blue 4. That might have been Daniel putting an explosive there to knock out that OpFor position because they heard them. And now Blue 4 is trying to come up here and get some headshots here. Blade waking back up. That's Tau Blade, by the way, because there's two players named Blade. And now he's trying to throw some grenades up here, at least bounce him on the back wall. I'm surprised Daniel isn't jumping up to hit him. But you do have Ord coming up. Oh, look at this. So he manages to knock the guy medicing Blade up, a Bay Potato, pulling that good security and makes it a 1-to-1 trade. But if you were to evenly 1-to-1 trade, Blue 4 with that 15% numbers advantage would still have players up ahead. And you've got the X-Ray group for Blue 4 now coming up to try to outflank this OpFor force. You do have Snow pulling rear security, but is he going to hear them coming? There is just action all around right now. So Kane coming up. Hits Pierce in the back of the head. Snow does not react. Husky getting shot in the back of the head as well. And Tarnfolk is going to see Snow. Snow now reacting as all three Blue 4 guys encircle him and pretty much execute him. Ay, ay, ay. Got Ash running around. I thought he was going to run up to Brandy, but he is across the wall. You got Twig King that was just taken out. Warlords is the remaining guy right there. Nafs really focusing on looking with his Vector 21 for targets. If it's a night version, it will have a built-in night vision scope. And you also have some Blue 4 guys. This group is going to come up and try to backcap Charlie here. But now it is all reliant on this major force to get into this AO and be able to take it. Aim at the balls, meanwhile picking off Brandy. Now, again, though, if Blue 4 is unable to get to Terminal 1 and hack it, this is all for nothing, and that going up there is all for nothing because they have to take them in order. Which, again, is why I hate these massive split-offs, because OpFor here still has a lot of guys defending. They don't have the numbers advantage, though, but they can just wait out and, you know, mow down Blue 4 as they run up on this position. Azariah getting knocked out by a machine gunner. Blue 4 trying to return fire here. Believe this was the gunner that hit Az, and he was then taken out. Grenades going off. Yeah, Blue 4 has Terminal 2 pretty much locked down, so that's going to prevent these guys from falling back. Nemesis now running in, checking these bunkers. There's a dead OpFor guy up there. If he comes up here, he's going to be able to get a free shot on Tackleberry. And Yanni takes that shot. Explosive traps going off. I think that was premature of OpFor to do such a thing, but now Nemesis is checking these. Is he a machine gunner? That's his usual weapon of choice, is that 249. And yeah, they're trying to pass each other there. Nimia getting taken out by Rory as he walks back. Yanni not turning around to notice. And now you have Nemesis and Yanni taking out STS and the other guy right there. Rory not adjusting though. He does see it. Oh, no, a little bit of desync there as he takes out Yanni. And Nemesis hits the deck. As Nimia wakes back up, sees Rory run up in front of him. I don't think Nimia's noticed yet though. Now you got Rory camping the corner here as Nim breaches in. A little bit of desync going on. And Rory gets the kill. Brooke running in, getting the kill on Rory though. And I mean, this is just perfect one-to-one even trading. Falcon firing a few shots. Not sure if he accidentally hit Brooke there. And now you got Dusty's firing in through the window and taking out Dusty. Nemesis bandaging up. Thought I just saw a bullet rain by, but Nemesis is now going to run into this bunker, perhaps. Glenn right there. Nemesis hits him Hillary Clinton style in the back of the head. And now Nemesis is going to try to get behind this bunker and pick off whoever is remaining OpFor. So Blue 4 is going to be able to take that terminal. Dusty running out as well, and able to at least turn around to see that shot. We just saw another 4IB guy get taken out. Nemesis going to run in and hit him right in the face. Dusty did I think that was Dusty. He did a duck right there, but Nemesis was still right on him and was able to deliver that shot. So now OpFor, you have a lot of guys caught out of position here, and you have this Foxtrot 2 group for Blue 4 coming up. They'll be able to overpower Boston there and take that last objective and catch a lot of OpFor guys out of position. I honestly think this is GG at this point. No side got flares either? Oh god, why? I thought both sides would at least have flares and handheld flares to make this more even, but if it's just pitch black, that's not really that fun to fight in my opinion, but oh well. I mean, there's no surprise then that Blue 4 is going to win because you just trade evenly 1-to-1 because all you see is each other's muzzle flashes. And Blue 4 can just steamroll, so yeah, that's unfortunate. I think that's a pretty bad oversight of the mission maker. So you got Nemesis running up. He's going to check this structure here. There is an explosive trap right there, but I don't think Nem's going to see it because it's... Oops, sorry. This is what he sees. There's the hack. See if that charge goes off. I don't see any... Well, we do have Hudson here. He might cook it off. But now it's just going to be a domino effect. That's going to get taken, then that's going to get taken, then Foxtrot 2 is going to move in and take the last one, and OpFor is not even close to redeploy there. So I'd assume based off that charge not going... Whoo! So that wall stopped that from, that explosive from killing these three guys, because it would have killed those three guys. And Stark got out of the building and was able to be saved. I'm surprised that building didn't come down, but I think it was set to invincible so that the terminal wouldn't get stuck floating in the air. We got Green Shade coming in. He is fired upon by Stark, though. Stark replying with a grenade, but it throws him outside of the compound. He's got 40 seconds to stop this. He now pre-fires, giving his position away as Stark shoots at Shade. Yeah, that wall's a true MVP. Grenade being thrown. It is a smoke, though. And now you have Brooke coming around, blind firing, crippling Shade. Shade now doing a quick reload as Brooke hears it and pushes position. Neil also hearing that reload, pushes around. Shade getting caught in a grenade throw animation and is taken out. And that hack is going to finish in 15 seconds. OpFor getting a free kill on someone right there, but at this point, it's... Ooh, wait a second. OpFor is coming over to recapture this position. Nielsen fighting with Mountain here, and they trade. OpFor retaking the second terminal site, and they have a chance now. Montgomery now, did he wake up? Yeah, so he died. Montgomery Yeah, he's trying to medic, but that is it. Mass trying to run up to stop the upload time, but this is going to buy OpFor some time to at least rally back in this defensive position and capture it. Basspear trying to fire into this building to get a free kill, and actually manages to take somebody out who ran out in the first story. Nielsen trying to return fire on Basspear's position. Yeah, the wall protects all. That's the MVP play. Now you got a lot of Blue 4 guys repositioning to go to Terminal 3. Plenty of time, though, if Blue 4 needs to send defenses here, but OpFor has time to reset up a defensive line right here, because let's be honest, there's like a 3-to-1 advantage right now on the amount of infantry Blue 4 still has compared to OpFor. Mass now hugging this corner. If he's patient, he might be able to catch some 4IB guys out of position, but there's no way he'd be able to leave that spot once he starts firing. Aim at the balls right here, also waiting. But right now, OpFor really does need to focus on holding that defensive area and regrouping their men to at least hold Terminal 2. You got X-Ray right here, 2 guys, but I could still see OpFor rallying and holding, but it's going to be tough. Meanwhile, you got 4IB guys looting that body. If Mass were to know, he could come out and poke some, probably get 2 free headshot kills off of that, and then pull away without noticing. There is an open wall right here. Stark is waiting in that bush. And Stark was actually able to see aim at the balls right there and take him out. And now you got Mass slowly coming up. If anything, I'd argue the stream has a lot more lighting than the stream POV is slightly brighter than the actual mission right now in terms of gamma. But yeah, Mass didn't realize that he had 3 guys looking at him as he tried to poke out, and 2 free kills on Blue 4 there. 4 Blue 4 there on OpFor. But OpFor now trying to reunify this defense. We've got Bay and Montgomery here. Got again, 2 really veteran players. Nielsen's also one of them. Wuna's a newer player, and then Risen and Lolo from TSB. Wild cards, I would call them. And we have X-Ray for OpFor getting engaged. One of them's down, one of them's still holding off, and you've got Foxtrot 2, who has arrived in this position, and Ghoster here is on his own watching those guys go in, which is scary to consider because he is a single man. And I think he's trying to coordinate everything as command, but at this point, everything has pretty much fallen apart. And I think, do we have an OpFor guy come up right here? Naf's on 5 kills again. He's been on a roll tonight. I'll be honest, normally I don't see, like, Naf's is a really good PvPer. Definitely one of your run-of-the-mill, what's it called? King of the Hill players. He's really grown in TSB, though, in my opinion. He used to run off on his own all the time, but seeing him as a team player in Scandi Recon, being able to, you know, still run up and get a lot of kills, like, his efforts are shown here. I mean, he's passing over 2 bodies, but he's getting fired at by his own dude that was just with him. What the hell? Yeah, I guess PID is impossible at this point. Angus is going to run up now. And he's running up and going, hey, don't worry, Naps. I got the bad guy. He was right next to you. Explosive trap going off on this building. These buildings have to be set to invincible. Same with these vehicles, because otherwise that thing would have cooked off. And you're hearing more gunshots up here. Boston appears to be dead. I guess he tried to make a move and was unable to. Lucas running up, but Short Boy was able to take him out, but he is crippled for it. I really like the custom interior decorating here. It's nice. It's really nice. But OpFor down to 4 defenders and 1 outlier at this point, but Shorty Boy is a medic. He could bring Jonathan back up, but he's got Buckets and Vagrant, who are 2 veteran players as well. Overwatch, and Shorty Boy getting the double tap. And he might just be at an angle that Buckets can look in and shoot him on. Ay, what has this round been? I'm kind of glad I didn't play it on the ground, because this looks like hell. So you got Fred running up, but Nielsen was able to spot him silhouetting against the whiter wall here. white and yellow. Now, OpFor just needs to do that about 20 more times. Shorty Boy going down because his building was being camped. More shots going in, but he is dead. And now we are about to see the brave few. Oh shit, T5P's dead. That is not a good sign. Yes, almost every community out there uses Ace. So I think he was just picked off because he just disconnected. And you got Nielsen trying to run around. So defenders, all they have to do is just hide in a few buildings, wait to see the silhouettes against the white walls of the buildings and the walls themselves. So these two hear Nielsen walking around out there. You can hear the footsteps. So this is now just a game of patience. Joseph Stalin opens that doorway, only to be mowed down by Nielsen's gunshots. And Kami Slaughter Kami Slaughter with Joseph Stalin, I love it. He now closes the door. We just had Montgomery pick somebody off up there. And he is now, Nielsen's firing through the door. He is being shot at by Novix here, who has gotten up to give himself a little bit of elevation on the top of this wall. Not sure if he got any shots on Nielsen, though, as he runs in and is now covering that window. And Novix is probably going to try to hunt Nielsen down. And now you're having a marksman. That is Owl, who is part of the X-Ray team on Blue4 here. Trying to get some pickoff kills on the remaining OpFor guys here, but we're seeing some more Blue4 guys coming for IB, of course. One of the newer but really good player bases that come into FNF, and they are healing up Nafs, who again is on 5 kills tonight for this op. Overall, he's gotten at least, he's gotten 20 plus kills over the past 3 rounds, so a full Audrey Hotto. For those of you who don't know, Audrey Hotto, he's the guy that holds the highest kill count in an operation for Friday Night Fights. He got 20 confirmed kills. Looking through the footage back, it was either 22 or 23 kills, counting those bleed outs. But he basically clutched a round for his team by getting a massive amount of kills and just winning it lone wolf style. So that's what we mean when we say an Audrey Hotto. We have the footage somewhere on YouTube. But Nielsen right now trying to bide his time. Novix trying to engage him. Novix, I think, thought he got the kill or he's gonna loot that body as Risen's running up, trying to fight with Novix, but Novix gets the drop on Risen, and now it was down to OpFor with the 3 amigos. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, Yanni, what's up? 4IV coming in. Naf's flanking on his own as well. He can do wonders when he is on his own. And you got Delta for Blue4 folding in. This is going to be very, very tough. In the sense that it's pitch black. Really hard to see the silhouettes. You got to wait for them to be against the wall. Montgomery and Wuna are going to do their best to hold from right here. Wuna in a really good spot to watch units coming up. And isn't really exposing himself. I don't think Novix will be able to see him up there. Yeah, it's pitch black. You can't really see anything there. With night vision, you can kind of see some of the black silhouette there, but that's not really good to see. And then you've got Montgomery hiding behind a broken cardboard box. And they're just going to camp that stairwell, but I would assume Blue4, once they get wise to this, they're just going to start popping grenades up there, and they will eventually, through the attrition of multiple grenade throws, be able to knock out Wuna and Montgomery, which will then mean that Nielsen is going to need to be relied upon to come down and sweep. God, this almost a dozen Blue4 infantry, 4, 8, no, it is a dozen. And then there is another fire team worth of 4 along the way, and there's command right there, and there's Nafs. Go to bed, Yanni. Good job today. Oh dear, oh dear. This is not looking good. Nielsen trying to reposition here. Grenades being thrown up top. Really good grenade throw. That could knock out Montgomery. Nafs being left to run off on his own. Manages to catch Nielsen out of position. And now it is just down to the 2 amigos. The 2 brothers. As a grenade is thrown up here, most likely wounded both of them. I'm looking for the blood on the floor because blood textures usually go through buildings. But I don't appear to see any, so that grenade might have been ineffective, but you're now hearing GLs hitting up here, and there's not really any good places to cover to stop them. So Wuna's right there. I still do not see any blood textures. Because blood usually it falls through the floor and spawns at the base level. I don't see any on the floor either. So that's just lucky at that point. Not seeing any blood there either. I mean, there's still plenty of time. Blue 4 is going to eventually overpower these two, but they're trying to find angles where they can fire more GLs in here. But they know as soon as they push guys in, it's going to be messy. So another grenade getting thrown in could potentially knock either of them out, but that's not the case. They're just not landing any luck with these shrapnel hits. Again, looking for blood, and I don't see it. You can, it's, oh, wait, nope, here's some. Okay, yeah, no. Wuna, sorry, Montgomery has definitely gotten hit quite a few times. Whoop, all right, let me, if I were to go to normal vision here and look around. Sorry if I'm brightening your screen a bit too hard, but yeah, okay, no, it's not worth it. It's too bright. You got Banks now firing across. That's causing some confusion. John now running up. And John managing to knock out Montgomery. Doing attack reload as Wuna is also forced to do a reload. What the fuck is going on? Why are you reloading again? Hello? Hack started. Wuna's just staring at him. John fired at by his own dudes. And John just got dropped by his own guys as Wuna just got shot by John. You guys know the meme where it's just One Punch Man Saitama just saying okay while he's bald? You know, just a blank okay expression? That's what I feel like just happened. But yeah, don't get me wrong, it is actually pitch fucking black in here, but still, like, what? What just happened? Alright, well, yeah. Stuff. I'm not surprised it went down that way, because again, it's pitch fucking black here, but they're calling GG already for Blue 4, because Blue 4 just has to initiate the hacks, but everyone on OpFor is dead at this point. And there it is. Alright guys, so here is the deal. I'm going to take a 3-minute break, run some ads, go use the bathroom, come back, and I will stream some mission development for some TSB ops I have coming up. So give me one moment. When I get back, I will change the titles, and I will work on the next T3 op and see if I can finish that before NA finishes, and if it, NA starts, and if I finish that, I'll start working on the next public op. So let me pull up Twitch and get these things running. So don't go anywhere. I need to also cut the recording.